Hello, welcome to the second tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to outline our basic class structure for our level, our player, and our ball, and get that up and rolling. But before I start, I would like to show you what hopefully this is going to end up looking like. So this is kind of, just an example, but, well, maybe not an example because this is what it's going to look like, but just a little pre-made, and if I miss it, starts off on the middle, you can see the score goes. Pretty cool, I guess. I'm just gonna kill myself. And the ball changes color to the last player that wins. And yeah, pretty straightforward, and you can play again, or you can just exit, doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So, to get started, I think we're just gonna start making, yeah, let's just do that. So, in your source files, we're gonna create player.cpp, pow, and headers, we need player.h, get that up and rolling. So let's start off in here. So make our player. Now there's a bunch of ways we could do this, but I'm just going to make multiple instances of player and have like a player left and player right, just because I think that's simple and easy. And it's not best practice, but everything's going to be public just for the sake of simplicity, I guess. Just a lot less code. So we're going to have our default constructor and also this constructor, which is going to pretty much make it so we can make different players and have player 1 and 2 or more, but I don't know how that would work. So we need an update method, a render, a collision, a reset score, and we also need, that's all. Sorry, this is all public. Oops. Cool. Now for some variables, x and y, so our locations on our grid. We need a width and height of our players' rackets. We need red, green, and blue channels for the colors, so they're not the same. We need velocity, how fast it's moving. We could implement gravity for the ball, but nah. Score. And that's all, actually. So, if we go into player.cpp, we can start doing this, and, well, yeah. First off, you gotta include player. But I'm also gonna throw in level, because I know we'll need it. We will also need, well, we need the primitives for drawing, so I don't know if Allegro.h is necessary, but oh well. Okay, cool. So, let's start our constructor, at least our default one. Yes. Did I put, yeah, make sure you remember that, puppy. That's tricky. Okay, so we're going to set our width to about 20, height 30, and this is all, just preference, and I've figured out what looks decent. So, I mean, normally when you're programming, you're going to be messing around with this stuff, so don't think I'm just kind of magic, although I am, but that's another story. So, sorry, we need to create an instance of level, so we can take some attributes, and also let's just, I know it's kind of poor to just do this again, but we're just gonna do this again. It's equal to width 16. 9. All right. Whoops. That would make sense. Anyways, why are you still? Oh, we don't have a level buddy. Okay, I'm gonna create that really fast. It's been a long day. Let's create a level CPP, and obviously in your headers, a level .h. And let's just create the outline really fast. And just so it's not throwing errors at us. Cool. And I know. Okay, here. How about we'll give everything and then we'll define this in a little bit. Well, you could leave it there. Whatever. Okay, I'll just leave it there. So, level.h. Once again, everything's going to be public. So we need our constructor. We need updates. Now you could make different levels, I guess, for Pong, but I'm just sticking classic because that's boring. Oh, now we need for level. Really, all it's going to be is the top and the bottom. There's going to be kind of two main rectangles that I don't know, just kind of adds some UI aspects to it. Makes it look a little better. So we're gonna have a ground X and a ground Y, and also a ceiling X. Level's honestly not going to do very much. Yeah, that's really it actually. Now let's also create a ball class. Obviously need a header file for it. And no wait, sorry. Class ball. Actually public. And ball is going to be a little larger. So default constructor. Pretty much everything's going to have an update. Well, that's not true, but needs a render, collision, and we're actually going to pass in player from here. I'll show you why in a little bit. Sorry, player left and player right. And we need to inform it about the player class. So let's say we do that. That took me forever to find out, by the way. Whoops, void. That's reset ball. Reset ball is whenever the ball goes, whenever somebody scores, it's going to reset it back to the middle. So you'll check that out. Ball needs X and Y. Needs X velocity and a Y velocity for the kind of physics of how the ball reacts when it bounces. Needs a radius. Needs colors. I put base velocity just to make it look cleaner, and I'll show you what that is in a second. Last score is going to be the last person to score, and the reason why we need this is just to change the color of the ball to the last person who scored's color, which is just kind of fun. And we also need to check if it's alive, and that's it. Cool. Wow, I just put this in ball TPP. I'm an idiot. My apologies. Anyways, cool. Whoop, wrong button. I don't know what to hit.